What's going on, guys? I'm Uncle Lee, BULLGEAR videos. And today what we're going to do is we are going to install this little kit I found on Thingiverse. Now, I had Jim's Garage print this up for me. And what this is the low center gravity battery tray with optional lower body mounts. So basically what this does is we are going to move the battery from the rear to the front, set it in here on an angle, and we are going to this is a hinge for the back, so we are going to lower the body 4.5 millimeters while shifting the battery weight towards the front. So we're going to lower the center of gravity a little bit and add some more to the front end of this thing, which should improve our overall performance. So we're going to give this thing a try, see how it is to install. So first we want to remove the body, which is going to be the 2 clips and our 2 Allen head screws right here in the back. Now with the body removed, we want to remove our rear hinge and we'll install the shorter hinge. Now what I discovered, guys, I have a couple of these. If you look, when these come printed, the holes are rather small. So what I did is I actually had to drill these out a bit. And I went to Hobby Lobby, and they have, if you go to Hobby Lobby, they have what's called a I think it's called a pin vise. It comes with some little drill bits. It's a few bucks, but anyway, it's handy to have if you're messing around with these little micro RCs. So anyway, yeah, I went through and I drilled out all the little holes all the way around, and that should help us to get the new screws started in. So what we want to do now is remove the 2 screws here. With the old hinge removed, we can install our new hinge and put our screws back in. With the new hinge installed, next we want to remove the battery tray. 2 screws here, 2 screws here on the opposite side. So we'll take that out. Next, we want to remove the front body mounts. There's a screw here, screw here. Now we want to remove the zip tie that holds the wiring together for our ESC and our lights. And we want to remove our ESC from the tray. All right, now we want to remove our wiring. Just be careful that you remember where everything goes. Motor wires go to motor. Everything is clearly labeled. Steering servo goes to steering. And our lights go to the second LED connection. And also, if you look, they go to the bottom 2 pins. So just keep that in mind when you reinstall this. Okay, with our ESC out of the way, we want to remove the shock ball screws on the top, either side. They will be reinstalled into the new battery tray. We also have a screw here on either side, and 1 screw that we can't see with the shock in the way right now, but 3 screws each side. Once the screws are out, we remove our stock ESC tray. We simply replace that with the new battery tray. It looks like these wires here are in my way for the servo, so we have to route those towards the back because this is where it's going to sit. So we have to kind of fit this in between the frame rails. There we go. And let's find our screw holes. There. All right, and this is our new battery mounting position. We'll just reinstall the screws. Okay, with our 4 screws back in, our battery tray is now mounted. Now we go ahead and reinstall our shocks. Okay, I think it's noteworthy to mention at this point that it's probably a decent idea to go ahead and install your battery strap prior to putting everything together. That's going to save you some fishing. I had to kind of go fishing for this thing a little bit. Had to, actually I used my knife here, stuck it down through there to guide this back up through the hole. But yeah, it would have been easier if I'd have just installed this first. Okay, with everything installed and with the stock wiring, we noticed that our servo wire is a little tight, and we also notice that this is about as far back as we can put the receiver with the wiring in its stock configuration. So we may want to maybe extend the servo wiring. We may want to extend our battery wiring. Obviously the lights will need an extension if we want to connect the lights back in with the receiver, with the ESC being in this rear location. But yeah, already I can tell a difference in the forward weight bias. Another thing that we have to do now at this point is put our body mounts back in, and we want to put these now to their lowest, to their lowest position. And this is going to give us our body drop when we install the body back on. Now another thing, I think when we put the body back on in this new lower position, I do believe that we may have to trim up the back side of this bumper just a touch to get this thing to sit down all the way. Okay, so I got the body installed back in, and one of the things I did was I went ahead, after the body was on, I went ahead and trimmed right along the body line here on both sides, got that out of the way, and also here in the area of the front bumper, I trimmed this much right across there. And it's pretty easy. I just took the took my razor knife and trimmed it off like it was a piece of styrene. So yeah, we trimmed this much off the body, this much off the bumper. So all in all, I think it gave the truck a little bit better look. Sitting down lower like that, it's 4.5 millimeter body drop. I think that made the truck look a little bit better. Of course, we last time we put in the millstone hex extender wheel weights, put on the RC 4-wheel drive tires and bead locks, and yeah, I think it's coming right along. As far as the 3D printed kit, the fitment was fairly decent. Everything went together pretty smoothly, and we will have to look at maybe getting these wires extended a little bit better so we can permanently mount the ESC in the back here. But all in all, I think it's a pretty decent little modification. So, till next time, old Uncle Lee, BULLGEAR RC Video said, I'll see ya.